Yeah.
Cool. Hey guys, Khalid from Cricket Fanatics Magazine here, and welcome to our first YouTube live stream. Today I'm going to be bringing you a fresh new guest on the platform. We've got Lehan Botha, Western Province player, former Rondebosch Boys head boy. So it would have been great to actually be under him when I was at Rondebosch, but it's all great. So how's Lehan? How are you doing, man?
No, I'm all good. It's been a little interesting with lockdown, but we're getting through
Yeah.
it. How have you been?
No, it's been quite good. Try to making the best out of it. Lockdown has been quite tricky, obviously, for all industries, etc., and especially for a a country like mine where we rely on sport and games to happen for us to be able to write articles about. It's been quite tricky, but it's been very, very productive and actually one of our most successful months. So wow,
Oh,
so
that's
I'm
good.
I'm actually really taken aback by it. So it's been quite awesome. But I want to
Yeah.
start and get a little bit more, learn a little bit more about you as a cricketer, as a person. Let's start off by with this lockdown. As a cricketer, what you guys get up to? We've had some amazing social media videos going around talking about different tips. But what sort of tips can you give to guys similar your age, maybe a little bit younger? How do they keep sharp and and fit in this trying times?
Well, for me it was a little different because I'd played a lot of cricket in the beginning of this year. And like my body I can feel a little sore here and there. So I've kind of used this where I can just kind of strengthen different areas of my body so that I'll be able to cope with it or just get into a routine where I can keep on building for the end of the year when cricket comes back. But I think just staying in the game, watching videos where you can, and just learning, reading books, just staying with the game and not letting it slip away from you. Yeah, that's kind of what I've just been trying to do, just staying as involved as I possibly can.
Yeah, and with regards to like, is there anything that you could possibly do as a batsman in the backyard? Maybe something that you could maybe do. Yeah, basically in the backyard. Is there any techniques that you can maybe practice? I know you. I've seen some videos going around about for wicket keepers where they throw balls against the wall and catch it, etc. with
Yeah.
tennis balls. But for you, maybe with a friend or family, okay, family member now, if you in lockdown, that you can practice in the yard and maybe keep your skills going.
I don't know. There's always been a lot about Steve Smith and shadow batting. I think that's something that's very useful, especially if you're looking in the mirror, you just see yourself. You can actually pick up on quite a lot of things that you just see are a little different every now and then. And I'm also someone who's over like the past year, I've done a lot of underarms. It's a drill that you do a lot when you're small. I kind of left it for a while, but I've come back to that. So that's something I can just get my dad or my sister or my mom to throw some underarms to me. I just hit it back to them. It's something simple, but it keeps you going.
And in that type of situation, what are the keys to getting that right? Is it front foot forward or like front foot back, etc.? What are the different types of tips that you can give them to make sure that they're doing it in the correct manner?
Yeah, when I'm doing underarms, I'm mostly just kind of work on my head position and just hitting the ball late, watching it. Yeah, the most important thing is watching the ball because often it's easy with the underarm drill just to get into routine or swinging your bat. But if you just focus, keep watching the ball, hitting the ball late in your head position, that's kind of all you need. Well, I find that works for me.
Okay, awesome. So let's go to and about okay, wait, one more question about keeping healthy. Diet's important, etc. To keep healthy and keep fit during this period. What sort of quick recipes or maybe quick things that you can give or advice you can give them about around that and staying healthy in this period?
Um, well, it's quite a tricky one. I've been enjoying 2 minute noodles a lot recently. It's an easy snack. But I think just keeping regular routines and not snacking the whole time when you're a little bored. Um, but yeah, I've never really had much of an issue with my dietary requirements and all of
Mm.
that, so I've just kept it the same. Um, and yeah, there's always a workout in between, so I've kept busy. It's not like I'm just sitting still and not doing much. I've just kept it the same, what I've usually been eating: breakfast, lunch, and a good dinner, and that's what I've been doing.
Okay, awesome, awesome. So let's move over to your career. Tell me the general way. For people always tell me that this is the way they started. It's normally with a brother, it's normally their father, or they play background cricket, etc. But what is your story? How did you get into cricket?
Um, when I was young, I was more of a keen rugby player, to be honest. So cricket was kind of just where I played with friends. It kept me busy during summer. And then I just kept on enjoying it. I got to a stage in like when I was 10 years old, I didn't really like it as much. Didn't take it seriously, but I always just enjoyed the part where you get to play with friends. That was kind of what kept me interested in it. Um, and then yeah, just a lot of cricket in the garden with my dad and my grandpa and uncles and cousins when they came over. And that kind of just started everything that I started. That's where I started learning about cricket, started enjoying cricket, and I'm just lucky that everything's worked out nicely for me. And I've kept on loving the game. Yeah,
Yeah, because I mean, obviously, I've watched your career kind of like blossom, especially in high school, with regards to you playing first team rugby and you playing first team cricket. It's basically the requirement for you to be able to be at your top level all the time. How did you manage to do that and balance the two? I know they're two different sports played in two different times of the year,
yeah.
but for you, especially being a Western Province player, etc., that's a lot of cricket you have to play throughout the year. How did you balance playing first in rugby for Rondebosch and then also first in cricket?
The one thing that helped me going or helped me to keep going was I like the difference between the two sports. Rugby, there's that physicality, just like it's a different type of aggression. You can kind of put it like that, and competition. And I really do enjoy a competition. So with that little change, it helped me to keep on going. And then with cricket being my main sport, I did make it clear before rugby season started that unfortunately couldn't attend all the preseason because cricket was my main focus. Um, but I played rugby more for the enjoyment, and it just happened that I ended up playing first team, and that was a little benefit. But I take sports seriously, so no matter what I was playing, I was going to give it my all, and yeah.
So talk to me through your high school time and cricket at high school and sporting times at high school. What was it like to be at Rondebosch Boys High? What was it? Yeah, what was it like to be at one of the top boys schools in the country?
No, I think you often forget when you're in the process of going to Rondebosch or going through the system, that you forget that you're extremely privileged to be going there. I think it sets you up nicely. There's good facilities, good structures. Um, and yeah, I was lucky to be attending a school like that, like Rondebosch. And yeah, cricket through high school was interesting. I struggled a lot, grade 8 and 9. I was a lot smaller than the other guys around me. So I really did struggle. But yeah, from grade 10, I just kept on working, and it's quite a cliche, but you focus on the process. Results didn't go my way for quite a while, but that's where you just got to make sure you're enjoying what you're doing, and that kind of helped me through high school. And then also it's extremely hectic with all the school work. There's lots of external pressures all the time. So sport was kind of the place where I could just exit all of that, and it's almost like just focus on yourself, focus on being with your friends and having a good time. And yeah, that was just one of the reasons that I kept on playing sport. And sports are a very important part of Rondebosch. So you're well looked after there, and yeah, it's just lekker to be involved.
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of people um, go through struggling times when it comes to sport at high school level. We don't really hear about the stories actually about those things. Some people get it quite quickly. It's straight from school, straight into a franchise, straight into the you would have seen it. on a lot of occasions, guys like Lehan Mulder, who had a quick translation through the whole system. We've had a guy like Marco Jansen straight out, Kai Majorda week, straight into national sides, etc. So for you, it was a little bit more different for you. So it's going to be a longer road for you, I would say, in a way of like hard work, putting it in. Even though you're doing the hard yards and you're actually fighting hard to get to for your spots in every single team. But talk to me about that bad patch. How did you get out of that bad patch and this get your mind clear and focus again, especially at the beginning of your schooling career?
Yeah, actually, I went through a patch where probably towards the end of halfway through grade 9, I was kind of like I wasn't really enjoying cricket that much. It wasn't something that I really wanted to go and do. But then also I was lucky to have the break where I could play rugby and just kind of get my mind off of things. I think grade 9 was one of the only years I didn't practice through off season. I just wanted to have a break. And then we came back the end of grade 9. And I got a couple of starts here and there, and I was just starting to get used to playing cricket again. And then it was luck, I guess. Hamza Salaji, who was currently opening the batting for the first side, he wasn't playing one of the fixtures because of exams. And the weekend before, I'd scored runs. I scored an 80 odd, I think, for the under 15 side. And then because Hamza wasn't playing, I got called up to the first team to play that Saturday fixture. And that was kind of a moment where I was like, whoa, it's actually like I can actually play it, and I'm good enough to be playing first team at the school. So that was kind of a little inspiration and motivation that I needed to keep on playing. Um, and yeah, I guess that was also just a good time for me to keep on going with cricket.
Yeah. So you see a guy like, for example, an old Rondebosch boy as well, Zubair Anza, go through that same similar grind, club cricket, and then Western Province cricket. He never made it in the national sides as a youngster, and he fought his way to that to get him his space in the franchise system, etc. How much interaction did you have with him? What was he like, and how much does his journey inspire you as well?
I haven't spoken to him too much. I do remember we played him. I think when I was in grade 10, we played him in the old boys match. And just watching him bat, it's something different. You realize that he's a whole new level. But John, a story like that is something that I've looked at, and it's kind of like that could happen to me because everyone everyone's on a different path. Some things happen for other people, and that's just how it is. You just need to keep on working. But John, I think especially with him who never necessarily made into the SA setups while he was going through school, and then to look where he is now, it just shows that if you keep on putting in the hard work, scoring runs, there's not much that can really keep you out. So you just need to keep on doing what you're doing, and it will work out the way it's supposed to.
Yeah, so I watched the time that I actually really saw you play, and my breath was taken away. Was obviously at Cape Schools Week, where you were just dominant, dominant force over there. That's when I really watched you bat, and I was like, wow, this guy is something. There's other certain players that you just look at and you just know. And I came to they had the Kaya Majola week in Cape Town. You were captain at that time, and it was a very difficult coke week for you. We spoke about it off air before, and you have recovered from that since because at the recent coach, which you've been doing really really well for yourself. So where was the mindset shift, and how much did a guy like Graham October and Gershon Rabi, your coach, of course, when you were under 19, how much did they play an influence on you coming back to your form again and to the Leon that we know?
Yeah, my first Coke week was rough. But I think when I went into that week, my focus was a little bit everywhere. I was obviously a year younger than the players around me, and I had a lot of strong characters in the team to try and manage. Um, and I think I had a lot of school pressure that was still with me. I put a lot of pressure on myself to perform playing at Coke Week, which I really wanted to be at. And then captaining the team while you're in Cape Town, I made it a much bigger thing than I should have.
Mm.
And then when I walked out to bat, I couldn't really focus on the ball. I was too worried about everything else going around me. I think at that stage I was definitely looking to make Cubs week, which was the wrong approach to go into week. And then with Mr. October and Coach Gersh, we had a chat after that week. I think more or less around
Mm.
when our provincial trial started again, and kind of just had a chat about how my approach just wasn't right. I wasn't enjoying being there. I just wanted to make a team, and because I kept on looking at scores around me and nothing was coming off for me, just pressure kept on building. And then kind of the first term of matric, I started off well. It was coming off the bat nicely, scoring some runs. And then I kind of the pressure off of, okay, I messed up last year. I never made the teams. I was kind of like, I don't want to go through that same process again where I'm not enjoying the cricket I'm playing. There's no point in me trying to do something different just so I can make a team, because if I make the team, I'm not going to be able to play the way I want to. So that was kind of the mental shift we try to get myself into. Kind of just enjoying playing how I want to play. If the ball's there and I'm backing myself, just go for it. If you get out, rather get out knowing that you were trying to score than get out and you're kind of trying to survive. It's not worth it. And yeah, that I just started enjoying my cricket a lot more towards the end of matric. A lot less pressure. I didn't put as much pressure on myself to perform. Um, and yeah, things just started going my way with the bat. I was lucky to go to a couple of tap camps or games in between the school fiction and the fourth term.
Mhm.
And that kind of all is just it's just confidence builders. And that's a massive thing when it comes to cricket and sport in general. Um, and then I went on the World Cup under 19 World Cup camp. Unfortunately, I didn't make the
Mhm.
team, but to go on a camp like that, you surround yourself with the best players in your age group, so you learn a lot. You pick up on a lot of small things here and there. And obviously, there was massive disappointment in not making the squad. But there's no point in really focusing on that because there's not much I can do about
Mm.
selection.
Yeah.
I mean, I was competing with good players, so it's not really yeah, it's not like it always is a disappointment, but it's one of those things. And then leading into Coke Week, I was just in a good space at the time. I was happy with everything around me. I got my priorities straight. I felt like I was leading the team well. Um, so yeah, and that all just influenced my batting. And yeah, I just really enjoyed being in the field, leading the team, and yeah, it was a good Coke week for me.
Yeah. So you have a question actually about that Coke Week from Andy Killian. He said, "Can you please explain what went through your mind in the last over in that match, Western Province versus Gauteng, during this week's Coke Week, this year's Coke Week?"
Um, that was a massive game. Obviously, Province Gauteng. It's always a big one. It's a game I don't think we had won in a very long time. I think
Yeah.
Gauteng has had it over us a couple of times, and I know 2018 Kaimajula we lost to Gauteng in the final. Um, and I remember Stockies and I got into a good partnership there while we were batting. Um, and then we got to a reasonable score. Unfortunately, Gauteng got off to a reasonably good start. And it was kind of a gamble between do I go spin, seam, but ideally I did want Sia bowling at the back in the last over. That was the rough plan. So just trying to get him into that last over was kind of where the struggle was, especially with they had a couple of in batters with a couple of overs to go. So it was kind of needing to strike because they were needing 6 and over. So I needed to strike, but I also needed to try and keep the runs down. And then also just need to back your senior bowler. That's his job. It's the same if we were batting, I'd back the top order batsman to do it. So I've got to back the frontline seamer to
Yeah.
finish it off. And yeah, he was in good rhythm, and I know Gauteng's a game that he's always up for and keen to play. So I was lucky to have him in the bowling attack, and he did the job.
Okay, cool. So I think that's enough about cricket. Let's just talk about you a little bit more and about some of the things that you like to do besides obviously playing, etc. Um, so knowing obviously me coming from the Cape, me going to Rondebosch, etc., I know all about that Bish Bosh derby, and I really want to ask you about what it's like to be a part of those type of rugby games, especially in rugby. It's massive. You know, the day night cricket game is also massive. Um, tell me a little bit about those experiences and what that was like to be a part of those type of games.
No, it's something really special. I've said it a couple of times to my friends, and I would have been happy if if I could have just played the two Bish Bosh games, and that was my rugby career. It's unbelievable. I think unfortunately we lost the first one away, first Bish Bosh rugby, but it's the vibe around it. Everyone, both schools are there to support their team. You have tons of fans around. It's just a great thing to be a part of, especially to be on the field. Um, and then when we played at home to win at home, it was it was unreal. I was quite emotional afterwards, but I think also the build up to it, we'd lost the first one, um, and just you go through a lot of hard work with the squad that plays on the day, and it's kind of everything is directed to that one fixture. It can make or break your season very easily. So being part of a win at home, it's something special, and it's definitely something I won't forget. Oh, and then day night cricket. We Yeah, last year's one didn't go to plan. But even that,
Mm.
it's a whole new experience that's unreal. Just getting your day night top, knowing that your school's going to come support you, especially because cricket isn't a very supported um, sport, especially with like fans coming to watch because it's a long day and a Saturday. So day night's
Mm.
kind of the one day we get to showcase our skills to the school. And especially coming from a proud cricketing school like Rondebosch, that's a massive thing for us.
Cool. And now in the lockdown, some downtime. What other things do you get up to? Are you a guy that likes to play some PlayStation or next watch some Netflix, or what do you get up to in your spare time now?
Yeah, no, I love a good series, or a couple of movies here and there. Um, yeah, I've actually recently started playing Rugby 08 again. Just getting
Oh
back
wow,
to
that's a good.
what I was doing when I was small. Um, but yeah, either that or I'll literally just lie on the couch, um, go on social media, um, yeah, just chill really, make the most out of the off time.
Yeah. What's one of the Netflix series that you've picked up recently, or what series have you picked up recently?
I've started Revenge. It's quite a
Okay.
an old series. I don't think it's on Netflix. I got it from my sister, but I've kind of been into that. Yeah, I've been through quite a couple of the Netflix series, so trying to find a new one that I can start is a little bit of a challenge. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's I just love I love watching series, to be honest, so it keeps me busy.
Yeah, so let's just sign off by you telling me what's your goals for the new season when we do get out of this lockdown. Yeah, that's it.
I'd love to be playing more semi-pro cricket. I think that's kind of my short-term goal at the moment. That would be a big thing for me. Also, just more opportunities to be playing at a high level, exposing myself to better players. But then at the same time, I've really been enjoying club cricket, so kind of just building from what I've started and just performing. Yeah, I think performance is a massive thing for me. Because I think I'm not at school anymore, so you don't get around with a couple of performances here and there. It's got to be consistent. So that's kind of semi-pro cricket would be the main goal, and then just consistent performances would be the ideal.
Any word of thanks to any coaches that helped you, or any mentors that helped you through your so far?
I think it's tough to pick out one or two, but yeah, just a massive thanks to all the coaches that have helped me and influenced my cricketing career. I'm extremely grateful, and yeah, I'm sure they'll be around if I need advice. I've been lucky to have coaches and mentors that have stuck by me through everything. So yeah, thank you to all of you.
Okay, cool, Leon. So, guys, to the fans out there, I know that this is our first one, so you guys can spread the word, of course, when you come back and watch this. And just remember, obviously, to press the notification bell, subscribe, and like so that you can get notifications about when we go live again and in the future. Leon will do us a favor and obviously tell people we're going to put this on our website. So, Leon, you can let your friends know, your family know that you've done this and they can come listen back to it. Cool.
Thank you so much.
Keep your family safe there at home. And yeah, all the
Yeah,
best to you, bro.
stay safe. Cheers.
Thanks, man. See you.